You have
Just because
issues, lady.
Just because
he's a kid. And
hello,
Hi.
my old friend.
She's very in a singing mood today.
Oh girl,
Forgive
it's raining.
her.
It's raining. I'm feeling.
Singing in the rain.
I'm singing. I'm so sorry.
To me, please.
I'm
not
about
to
to
me.
You don't matter. It's our audience. I'm feeling very great because obviously, if you know me, you know I love when it rains. Not too much because obviously, you know, you don't want floodings and stuff like that. But I'm in a very singing mood as nature is singing with me.
Oh please. You know why you like the rain so much?
Why?
Because it's a very introvert kind of weather. You don't have to go outside. That's the point. Anyway, hi. Welcome back to the channel.
Hi guys. Please, if you're new, get in the back of the queue and let's get into this tea. If you're new around here, we do this little thing called spilling tea. We basically still spill other people's tea. I watched this show on Netflix. It's semi-reality, semi-variety show because we have MCs who react to people sending in their relationship troubles. And so this is all based on real stories. And again, people keep asking me in the comment, what's the title? There are no episode titles, unfortunately. So when I binge watch, I don't remember which episode it is. That's why I can't tell you. And they also don't have any English subtitles, unfortunately. But anywho, so I come on here and I basically spill the tea of the stories that, you know, shocked me the most. Like, some people are crazy out there. I mean, if you've seen the previous story, you'll know. Let's get into this new story that I watched last night. Hey! People have no shame. When the audacity was being passed around, some people just came and took everything.
They took extra.
Anywho, we're just talking about this young lady who sent in her message. She recently got married. She's very happy. She really loves her husband, you know, blah, blah, blah. Everything is fine. He's providing for her. He has a good job. However, he doesn't sleep in the same room as her since literally the first night of marriage.
See,
I don't know if they were having sex, but he was not spending the night with her any time. So he wasn't spending...
even before they got married.
That's what it's implied.
Yeah.
So once they get married, you would think, like, that's what will happen. But no, she wakes up in the middle of the night and he's nowhere to be found. And this is like when they just got married.
What do you mean he's nowhere to be found?
He's not on the bed.
Wait. They went to bed together and he left?
They didn't say. So, she just woke up.
So was she surprised to not see him here?
She was like, what the fuck? Why is she not? So probably...
Did they go sleep together?
Probably. Because
what is weird?
The scene literally begins when she narrates the story. And the scene literally begins when she's waking up like, what the fuck? Like, where is he? She's like, what's going on? She comes out of the room and she's looking for him and stuff. And then she hears him and he's in the living room and he's crying.
What?
I'm like, oh my god, that's
on your wedding night, huh?
I'm like, that's the creepiest shit I've ever seen.
Oh.
Do you regret marrying me? Like, am I that ugly? Like,
oh my god,
yeah. If it's the first time you see me and you're like, ah! He's crying. She's looking closer. She's like, what are you doing? And she realized he's holding a book. We see the title of a book and it's like nothing special. It's just like a book. And it's like kind of like a romantic story or whatever. The MCs are like, alright, he's very emotional. And then he says, oh, it's nothing. I was just reading this book. I got emotional, y'all. Like, it's cool. I'm like, alright. And she's like, yeah, come back to bed. He goes reluctantly. He goes back to sleep.
In the bed.
Yeah. So we see him go back to the bedroom. But basically, you can see him on his face, like, he's not into the situation. He does not want to be there. So I'm like, okay, like, what is going on? The next day, or maybe a couple of days later, you see her, she's talking to her mother-in-law. And she's like, do you know anything? If anything is wrong with him? I found him, he was crying, reading this book and stuff. And he just seems to be off. And the mom is like, oh, don't worry. Like, sometimes, you know, people have their own thing, but maybe it's nothing. Don't worry. She's like, don't worry about it. It's cool. But it doesn't stop. Like, literally every night, she has to go and take him in the living room and be like, can you come to bed? Like, what's going on? And he's just crying, reading this stupid ass book. And I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with this book? Yeah. What's with this book? Like, do you have a trauma related to it? Like, that's crazy. And then one day, she goes home a little bit early and she realized her mom-in-law is there. So she overhears them talk, like the son and the mom-in-law, and she's like, I thought this was over. Why are you putting her through this whole thing that happened when you were young? It's over. You need to let it go. I'm like, oh my god, maybe he got like assaulted or something, because I was like, oh my god, no, what happened to him? Girl, anywho, she's fed up because she answers him. She's like, what's going on? And the mom is trying to like, she's like, no, nothing, we're just having a private conversation. It's cool. She's like, no, I want to know. And they just dismiss her, and it's like, let it go. And then when the mom leaves, he turns around and for the first time ever, he yells at her. He's like, he literally said, I remember, he was like, Ibi, wait, que sa? basically, why is your mouth so cheap? Why would you go and blab around to my mom about what's going on in our couple? And she's like, because I don't know what to do. Like, you're not sleeping with me. What do you mean you're not spending the night? I'm your wife. And he's like, no, but this is my privacy. Blah, 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 blah.
Wait, question. Would you? Serious question. If your guy, your man, like you have issue in the bedroom, let's saying what issue, would you go talk to his mom about it?
If I found him crying in the middle of the night, yes. Because who else would know? That's the closest person to him. I'm talking the crying only. I would say something. If the crying is involved. If there's no crying, obviously, I'm like, okay. But if the crying is involved, immediately you think trauma. What's going on? I'm going to ask his mom. Or his brother. Like, maybe his brother. I don't know. Somebody who's a little younger. Yeah. The mom is too awful.
Yeah. It's a bit
too much. So she's kind of fed up. Nobody's is trying to tell her what's going on, honey. Mind you, they have a child. I just realized they have a child. They
slept together then.
They did, but he didn't sleep in the room. Actual sleep. That's what I'm talking. Yeah, I just realized before we get too confused. They have a child, like literally like a newborn or whatever. So they got married. They had the blah, 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 but he does not sleep in the damn room. So that's even more shocking because it's like, what, you're sleeping with and you leave? Like, what's going on? I'm not a concubine. What do you mean we're married? Oh wait, no, I lied, sorry. It's not a newborn baby. I remember the baby being born during the story, but she's pregnant, like very advanced pregnant. That's what I remember.
Oh, during the crying phase.
Yeah. Okay. She's very much pregnant, right? Okay. Are we clear? Are you with me? All right. She's deciding, obviously, she's going to look into her stuff because it's like, what the hell's going on? Maybe I'll find something. So he's at work. She's taking, like, looking through his clothing to find a clue, anything. And then she finds a picture. It was a picture of him with, like, some older lady. And there in the back, there's, like, a letter and whatever. And he's like, oh, she's like, dear, whatever his name is. She starts by saying, 선생님입니다. Like, it's your teacher. So she's like, oh, so sweet. Like, because obviously this is a picture of when he was in college. And as she reads, her eyes go whoop. Basically, they read the letter and basically she's like, oh yeah, whoever his name is, like, let's call him, I don't know, fucking Luke. Hi Luke, this is your teacher. Every night without you is harder than the previous one. That's his teacher. I miss you every day. I wish we could be together. I'm not gonna ask you for anything except one thing. Please don't let another woman have your nights with you. I want to be the only one to share this with you forever.
Trash woman, what the hell is wrong with you? What class? Where?
When he was in college. I'm talking like freshman because you can see the picture. He's like young as fuck. You're an adult, but not really. Come on, you're being rude. And do you know where she found the letter?
In the book?
Yeah, of course. So
You mean to tell me?
So far, what we know of is that you have a wife, and you get out of your bed every night to hold the promise that you made to that lady that you used to love every night, and you're crying because you can't be together.
That's why can't they be together?
Because she's married.
The other woman?
Yes.
Bitch. Wow, that's so annoying.
But let me not go too fast. Let me retract. So anyway, she sees this shit. She's like, what the fuck is going on? So she obviously confronts him. She's like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this? Blah 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 blah.
Question: how old is he now?
Maybe 30s.
So it's been like 10 years.
He has a child. He got married. Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about college. When you were just entering college.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's like, what the fuck is this? Blah blah blah. He's like, this is an old story. It doesn't matter anymore. She's like, yeah, but you're still crying every night looking at her letter. What the fuck do you think how am I supposed to react?
Oh my god.
So how do you react if this is you?
I don't know.
You have a child on the way. You just got married, honey.
I literally don't know what to do here.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what she did.
What would you do first?
I don't know. I would kill somebody.
It's about like an ex thing that you
can't forget.
Yeah, you cannot make them forget about the ex.
Not only was it an ex that you can't forget, she was also an older lady that probably groomed you.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So whose fault is it, you know?
It's definitely the teacher's fault. The hell?
Yeah, but from the point of view of the wife that's basically getting emotionally cheated on every night.
Yeah, 100%. Why you marry me then? I would be so annoyed. Why would you marry me?
I will tell you why. So this is what she does. She decides to go to the school where the teacher is still teaching. And she decided to confront her. She's like, we need to talk. I'm so-and-so's wife. And the teacher's like, oh my god, what the fuck? And you would think that she would like get all scared and shit. So you see them the next scene, they're at a cafe, obviously, and they're just like sitting there. And the teacher's like, I always wanted to meet you. I'm like, excuse me, like who the fuck do you think you are? She's looking very comfortable.
Also, question: how do you know I exist? Are you still in contact then?
Well. So she's like, what's up with my man? Like, why is my man still crying over you? What's going on? And then the teacher proceeds to basically tell her their history. So obviously they make like a flashback. She starts the story by saying, first of all, I'm not the one who came into your husband. He's the one who came to me. And I'm like, oh! See, honey, T. The flashback basically shows that she's teaching normally in class, and he's like the kind of kid that doesn't listen. He has his like headphones in and blah blah blah. He's not listening to what she's saying. So she's asking a question to him, and obviously he has his headphones in. She doesn't hear. She goes up to him. She takes off her headphones. She's like, "You need to pay attention." Blah blah blah. And basically he takes it as, I don't know, like some kind of challenge. I don't know what the hell. Smirking at her or whatever. Once they're like out of school, he got back to see her, and obviously he's like obviously trying to seduce her or whatever. I remember there was this scene that she's like recalling. And basically, they were talking, and she's like, I'm way too old for you, like, leave me alone, I'm a married woman, like, stop talking to me, blah, 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 stop coming to see me. And someone comes to the room, because the light is on, so she's like, this random person is like, oh, what the hell, like, and she opens the door, and she sees nobody, and obviously you have the slow motion where the guy pushed her behind the door, like, shh, and they're, like, really close, and basically that's when she fell for him.
Wow, okay.
The K-drama of it all.
Literally. What is going on?
This is how they began their affair. Jesus Christ. So you see them going on the
very
the first
fickle
time.
woman.
Yeah, very much. Very much so.
Okay.
But obviously, if this is the way she's telling the story, she's probably condensing a lot. Especially because he would come in to see her like all the time. You see them meet up outside of school for the first time. He comes with like this big bouquet of flower. And he tries to like hold her hand. She's like, oh my god, what if people see? And he takes her by the shoulder and he's like, I don't care, you're my woman anyway. Hey!
Sir, you're a child.
This is what she says in this moment. We come back to reality and she's saying, this is the moment where I looked at him as a man and I couldn't like, that it was over, like it was, I couldn't do anything about it. So basically they started dating. The mom find out. She goes to the school in the middle of the class and she basically, big scandal. She takes the teacher, she beats her ass. Yeah. She take, you know how they like to pull hair? She's like, you bitch, you like go to my son is a minor. How could you? La li da di da.
Minor?
At the time.
I thought it was college.
If you're a freshman in college, honey, you could. I was 18 in freshman year.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, well, technically, you're
think?
not really an adult.
Oh my god,
for
if
me.
he's a minor, yeah, and you say I saw him as a man, as a grown-ass woman who's married, you have
just because
issues, lady.
Just because he
issues
pushed you onto the wall.
He's a kid, and
so the mom is crazy. She's like, he's not even old enough, blah blah blah. So basically, ruined her career, all that stuff. She had to like.
Very well done, mama.
But the woman is like, it's not the end of it. Like, so what? Are you still in contact? He's like, well, he came to see me a few days later, and he didn't want to let me go, and so we kept dating. But after a while, it was having a toll on his studies. I told him that we couldn't be together anymore, and I left him. So that's what she's saying. She's like, I left him, and that's it. So she's like, all right, well, I hope this is the last time we have to talk about this. Like, I would like you to leave him alone, blah, blah, blah. I don't understand why he's still crying over you, yeah. And she's like, well, something about along the lines of we can't really force the heart or whatever. Like, she's basically acting like, I'm giving you permission to have him. Like, she's literally acting like I'm the boss here, like he loves me. I'm like, wow.
Here's just seconds because you cannot have me right now. So
Crazy.
Know your place.
Unbelievable. So she goes home, she confronts her husband. They basically are fighting and she's like, why are you still crying over this woman? Like, it's been years and years, like you need to let her go. You have responsibility. You have a child now, like you can't do this. And then as they're fighting, his phone rings.
You don't. No, you lie.
And she's like, I hope that's not her. Are you still talking to that woman? Blah, blah, blah. And you can hear like the voice and she's like, where are you? Are you at home? Are you with her? Like she's talking about the wife. She's like, are you with her? He's like, yeah, I need to like figure something out or like clean up things or whatever. And she's like, can you come to me now? Like, I'm just really drunk, blah, blah, blah. Basically, in my opinion, she was trying to like show like, hey, I still have the power.
Yeah. If
because tell me why he fucking left.
Fuck you. No. Like, this is the last straw. You leave right now. We're having a discussion. You leave to go see her. You just don't come back then.
As he gets ready to leave, the wife obviously is like super like, what are you doing? Give me the phone. He pushes her. And and she hurts like her belly and stuff. So this is when like the MCs are like, you have your pregnant wife for that lady? Hey! So he leaves anyway, because that's not enough of a betrayal. He leaves anyway, and then I think the next day or something, he comes back. The wife is obviously like, how dare you come back to me after what you did to me, na. And he's like, I just need you to understand, like, I don't want to be with her anymore. It's over, but things don't really work like that. So I hope that you can understand. He said, I'm practicing the breakup. And he goes on to say, we've been practicing breaking up for years. It's just because it's not that easy, blah, blah, blah. So I just want to ask you this, and I hope you can understand if you love me. But we want to go on a Ibyeor Yoeng, like a breakup vacation. So that's the thing in Korea. People sometimes go on like vacation, like as their goodbye vacation to break up.
Is that a thing?
Yes, it's a thing. I don't know now, but it used to be a thing.
How does that make sense?
Like,
That
we love each
sense.
other, but we can be together, so let's take one last vacation and have a good moment so we can finally give up on each other. And he asked her if he can do that with the lady. And that's when the story ends, because she's asking the people, what should I do?
What do you mean? In what word would you say yes to that? In what word? Sure.
Because her rationale was, should I trust him and let him say goodbye to that lady so we can live happily ever after? Or should I keep having her in our lives? Because she's never going to leave us alone.
Divorce the guy. Option 3. Because clearly his mind is somewhere else. I don't think he will ever forget the woman, because he's clearly crazy about her. Crazy being the first word. And
Come
then
on
about
now.
her. No, divorce the guy. Run.
With a baby on the way.
A girl. At some point. What is he gonna do for the baby? What is he gonna do?
What
for
is
the
she
baby?
gonna do? She's a stay-at-home mom. She's a housewife.
She didn't have a job. Yeah. Go back to your family then. Your parents. Because no, like
That's what I would do too.
The guy is literally is gonna be toxic forever.
He's completely like infatuated with that lady, and it's been years. How
It's
do you think he's gonna?
It's not even clocked out in your relationship. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. It's gone. He doesn't sleep with you at all. He can be in the kid's life if he wants. However, you're not gonna be here.
Before the show ended, they showed like a last scene where she's back to, you know, when the lady's telling the story. Now they're back to the present time, and the lady, that's the last thing that really stayed in my mind, because I was like, that's so fucked up. She was basically like, who do you think is the reason that you even got married? I told him to go and get married. I told him to have a child and forget about me. If it wasn't for me, he would have never had a child with someone else.
And then you want to stay and say, just do your breakup trip, please. Please, girl, run away as fast as you can. Oh, that's so sad though. That means that the guy is also a very good actor. So you pretended for how many months, how many years to love me, so that I would marry you and have a kid with you. But then all this time you just didn't care.
I'm not surprised.
Me neither, but that's sucky. For what? Why would you make so much effort for that?
Because
you're not even into it.
You're a man in society, you're at an age where you should get married and you should have a family. So you do that, but you don't actually care about your own feelings.
The only person I respect in this is the mom.
The mom?
Because she made a scandal
Oh,
at the school, and I'm like, yes, get her fired.
She tried everything to get them to break up, but she didn't. I don't know how recent this story is, but whoever that lady is, I hope she's doing well.
That sucks. What would you do?
Girl, I'm divorcing you.
Yeah, right?
What do you
Okay,
mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
First of all, the minute you're not sleeping next to me, what's the point? Me, I'm very paranoid, so I'm going straight to the conclusion. Alright, let's break up. Because what do you mean?
Because, okay, that's a very other debate, but I understand the concept of not sleeping in the same room when it's like a long-term relationship. Like, you've been married for years, and you just want, like, to have a comfortable bed. I understand. Or, like, if the person snores, or whatever. We've been married, we have kids. Just sleep here, and we meet in the morning, yeah? I understand that. Me, I don't mind it. Because I don't understand why if you have the space in the house especially, should we confine ourselves here?
I get what you're saying, and I know that there is now like a group of people who also do like separate rooms, even young people, and they say it makes the relationship better because they sleep better,
yeah.
So... But girl, I don't know.
But I'm not saying the beginning of relationship.
No, yeah, not the beginning.
Beginning, I'm like, why do you already run away from me? But like when it's been years, I'm like,
yeah, but in this
I'm not
particular case,
I'm not talking about this. I'm talking just in general, like.
But even in general, I don't know. But yeah, maybe after a few years, you maybe.
I would if I'm a grandma.
Yeah.
Even if I'm a mom already.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want like have a good night of sleep. Please, the kid is tiring. Let me sleep, okay? So
I agree with
I
that.
might do it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yes, I don't know what you would do
Exactly.
if it was you, because I think I would just immediately get a divorce.
Yeah, of course. It's too far gone.
The moment I found the letter, I
Yeah.
think that's
That's
it.
Because you see how much power she still has over
yeah,
him.
like
And you're
10
what's the
years
point then?
later.
What's the point? Because you said once, please don't sleep with another woman in the same room because it's my
Wow,
place.
and you're
Girl.
keeping that promise.
It's been years, huh? Get over it. If he was a minor, she should go to jail.
Girl.
Do we talk about this or? Okay. Never mind.
For me, you're 18. Yes, you're an adult.
Of
But
course.
come on, you
But
just
hell.
became an adult.
Yesterday you were like a minor. No, don't touch it. Now you can touch it.
Yeah.
What
like,
does that mean?
Yesterday at 11 p.m. Today you're an adult. That's so
Hey,
weird. You have no
please.
experience. Nah.
I blame the woman because she should know better.
She's
married.
and she was married.
She's married. She's a grown ass woman, and you say, "Oh my God, he's a man." Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Very sketchy. You know when you're young and you have like the
Basically.
romanticize the relationship between like barely adults and like
Yeah.
grown ass 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
At the time you're like, "Oh my God, so nice."
Yeah.
Nowadays I'm like, "What are you talking
Why?
about? Why am I gonna talk to a 19-year-old?
Why?
A 19-year-old is a child."
Dude, there is this 25-year-old who tried to talk to me. I remember when I was still at Yonsei, and I was like, "What do you want?" And I was only like, what? How
29?
old? Yeah.
It's not even that much, but you're just like not in the same headspace at all.
You're still in undergrad. I'm in grad school. What do you want from me?
So just barely high school. What?
Girl.
How does that make sense in your head? That's a man. Those people have issues, you know.
Yeah.
They do have issues.
Anyways, that's
Scary.
the end
Scary.
of the story time.
We've been rambling. Anywho, the rain kind of stopped finally.
What kind of stuff? What do you mean?
Look at this. Earlier it was like it's finally. Ampton.
Let us know what you thought about in the comments.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was a little crazy.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Scary.
What? Yeah.
Scary.
Ça, moi, je suis choquée, mais pas surprise. I think it's weird.